on now.
Yeah.
Pro.
Oh, you bought a new set of headphones?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while, so I think it's a good time for me to get this.
I love that. I love to hear that. I just made a video with my friend who joins me on the football podcast, and he just got an Audio Technica. So he made a video about it. I'm going to put it up soon. I'm good. I like that. I love to hear that. I love the facts. Everyone's getting their shit, together. It's only going to make the podcast better.
What did you get?
Now, this thing, when I put blue lights, I'm trying to get the NBA colors hooked up. When I put blue, I'm getting all orange.
Right.
I've just got AirPods. Can you hear me okay with the AirPods?
Yeah. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay.
It's clear, yeah. See, now it's gone. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Jason. Third one says room no longer available. No, we are in, bro. But right, this one is supposed to. I can invite 10 people, up to 10 plus. So yeah, should be good.
So what do you want to talk about today? Vax? No vax? COVID?
Yeah, the vaccination thing. The vaccination thing is crazy, man.
Because I don't even know which players are vaxxed and which ones aren't.
Yes. So far,
Definitely not Kyrie.
A lot of, Wiggins, Beal. Those are the three I know so far.
Jonathan Isaac?
MPJ also not vaccinated.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. And also John Isaac, I think.
Yeah.
So those are the four key ones. Sure, there's others, but they're probably not, I guess, fantasy relevant or they're like key players.
Not key players. The Wiggins one was weird, though. Wow, purple makes me red as fuck.
Yeah, but
yeah,
he got vaccinated. I think eventually, it makes sense for all players to do it. Only Kyrie, I'm not so sure. He's a bit, it's crazy. He's got an interesting personality.
He's weird, man. That guy.
Yeah.
What's COVID like in Malaysia?
I mean, the cases are still high, and then they just got a new guy, and then they're live, by the way, and then they're kind of changing stuff and all that.
Hey, Jason.
Hi, boys.
What's up? What's up, Doc?
What's up, man? Are you living the dream?
Hell yeah! Check it out. Joe just bought a new headphones. So when are you getting your? When are you getting your this one? Your mic, your Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff, this is the hard stuff, bro.
Wow, it's a whiskey.
Hard stuff here, bro. Sabati. Somebody sent it free. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take it. Cheers. In December, we'll drink. So anyway, guys, what's up, man? Hey. So thanks for joining me today on this weekend, beautiful weekend. Whereas I think you might see more cars kind of moving past, so you can see things are slowly, supposedly getting back to normal over here, but still shit. But anyway, can't wait for the NBA season to start. I've been watching some preseason games. Seem to be doing okay. Don't see any of the big guys except little bit here and there. Russell doing his shit and all that. But what got me is this COVID-19 protocols and restrictions. So I'm just going to read really quickly here what I have here. They are mandating unvaccinated players' lockers to be far away and they travel separately. Unvaccinated have to go testing on game days and practice days. And depending on the team schedule, they could have to do two tests on the same day because there'll be two different facilities. Vaccinated players don't have to go there under the daily testing, and they'll only be tested if they have symptoms themselves or are exposed to somebody. Now, if an unvaccinated player is deemed a close contact, he will have to enter mandatory 7 days, which is okay. Here you'll be 14 days, maybe 21 days. All right. And you are not anticipated to vaccinated players, no quarantine if you are in close contact. Now that's weird. We'll come to that. At the team meals, apparently the unvaccinated players cannot sit next to the vaccinated player, and they have to be at least 6 feet away from each other. The same
This
rules
is
apply. Sorry?
meals, is it?
Yeah, for meals. And for team meetings. The same rule applies for team meetings. Now, on flights, you unvaccinated players are required to sit in a section of the plane reserved for team staffers, which could mean less room for the seats, because apparently they tailor the planes for the tall guys. On the buses, the unvaccinated players, they have to sit away from the other players or in a separate bus from the vaccinated players. Now, the NBA told the team, NBA told the teams last week and the coach and members that in addition to game night staff that work within 15 players of the player or referee, which I'm thinking is the ball boy, the water fella, the masseuse, and the whatever nots, right? The guys behind there, they all have to be fully vaccinated if they want to be on the court. Okay. And last week, they also added that the NBA Referees Union agreed that all the referees should be vaccinated. Okay, so that's where we are at now for this vaccine. So if right off the bat, right, listening to this, you want to go for the testing, maybe okay. They were probably already used to getting the thing up the nose, so now they take the saliva, so it's fast. Inside the cheek, boom, test, you get the thing really fast. What is unbelievably troublesome here is this goddamn traveling. What in the heck, man? Guys, I want to bring Jeff in on this real quick. Jeff, looking at these team meals, you have to sit at least 6 feet away from somebody else while you're traveling. I want to talk about the meals, man. You're going to go for breakfast, after practice meals, pre-game warm-up meal, and then maybe you have a drink or a snack in the locker room before that. All the while, usually you'll be talking tactics, trying to G each other up, for the game. Now, bro, you got to be like 6 feet away.
You gotta what do you call it?
Yeah.
Guys, talk
It's
to me, guys.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, even before you get there, right? Like you go back 2 years, like when they had the bubble, right? And they were so strict in the Orlando bubble and Disney World in Florida. Now, that was obviously all the teams just in one place. They couldn't mix or anything like that. But now they'll be, as you say, like they'll be traveling everywhere. They're all on private jets. They'll be, eating it. I just don't know how it's going to work. And it just seems crazy that they're trying to make all these rules for the unvaccinated when most of the probably players are vaccinated, So that's just my take. I think it's just crazy.
Jason, the traveling thing.
How does it work practically? You're sitting there. You want to talk tactics. You've got a point guard or a key player there, and you're on your phone, man. You're going, "Hey, cousin Roy, this is what we're doing on WhatsApp." It's nuts. It's really interesting. It's a delicate issue. It's a complex,
and it must be both shots. Not one shot. They are going fully vax means both. So even if you took one and then you say, "Hey, I think I want to chill out, man. Now they're not so strict." Nah, bro, you're that side. Yeah, so you're talking about maybe half the bloody team that's going to be sitting away if they didn't get vaccinated, and because you don't have to reveal it, I know, unless you get cornered during the media day, by the media. I mean, what the? I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting with the double vaxxed? Are they going to talk about the booster? It only lasts 6 months, man.
Yeah, now the booster thing. Yeah, we'll. I didn't even put that as something to talk about because now, look. Now itself, I think they are probably they said about 10% or what 10% or something percent of the players in the NBA that are unvaccinated. Was it 12%? I can't remember.
I think now it's reduced to 5%. They're saying 95% of players are fully vaccinated.
Yeah. So 95. So how many would that be roughly?
So
how many
I
players
think
would that be?
About 450 players. So it's probably around 25-ish that are not vaccinated.
Players, huh?
Yeah. So it's
okay. So if you look at that, right? So I mean, if the player is not significant to the team, then you won't really have much of an issue. Okay, you don't want to get vaccinated, go sit on the side. Nobody cares. But if you're talking like guys like Wiggins supposed to play a bigger role here, Bradley Beal, what's the other guy?
Kyrie.
We'll leave Kyrie for the
Irving.
Yeah, I was going to say leave Kyrie for the last, but Bradley
and
Beal.
do you guys know whether the fans are going to be allowed in, right? Like full capacity in the arenas? You'd have to think so.
From what I know, Golden State, you have to be vaccinated to be inside. That's why Wiggins' situation is really bad.
Wiggins
So does that mean
has
he can't interact then with fans, right? We can't play and he can't interact.
But he's been
no, Wiggins has got his vaccination already.
Yeah,
Uh,
he had
Wiggins
his vax.
Wiggins has, yeah. So
he finally took his vax.
yeah,
He didn't want it, and he said he felt like he didn't have a choice. But he, for the sake of 30 mil,
bro.
bro,
That money, bro. That money talks.
At the end of the day, money is it's you're talking about they're losing their salary. It's a big deal, even for those players who's got a lot of money already. But
totally, man.
Yeah,
When
I think eventually.
When that money come, man, that money ain't nobody gonna let that money nobody gonna take that money away from me. I'm surprised the boy finally took it though, because anybody know what happened to Bradley Beal then? Is he still out?
Well, I guess Washington, it's not a state mandate that you need to get vaccination. So, and he's already got COVID twice. So I don't know. I think
Beal's had COVID twice as well, has he?
Yeah, last year I remember he set out quite a few games. And then I think last week during media day, I think one reporter asked him about vaccination. His response was quite weird. He basically said, it's a personal choice, and I got it before, and I feel nothing other than just losing my taste. It's not about him only. It's about people around you. It's just not a good I guess marketing or whatever image for NBA. It's like how can you convince fans they always talk about safety of the fans and all that. You can't say that in front of just camera and videos, and it's just weird. But I guess for him, he because at the moment only New York and California you have to they have that law. So for him, he's
what about Golden State, bro? I thought Golden State had that thing.
Golden State is in California as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So 3 teams: Clippers, Lakers, and Golden States, and also Brooklyn and Knicks. So 5 teams at the moment. So I'm not sure whether other states will follow.
So you're saying if you're a visiting player, you can't play in that arena then?
No, you can.
Oh, visiting player you can play, but
if you're a visiting player, you can play. So then that's the stance that Kyrie has, or the problem he's got with it. Now he's a funny cat, right? He's a funny cat, and he's even said that he would retire if he got traded. So he's a funny cat, but for all intents and purposes, his stance is, and it seems weird, like he's trying to change the New York State view on this. So what he's saying is essentially a unvaxxed player can come in, but as an unvaxxed player who's this is their home court, you're not allowed to play. But I don't see how he's going to win that one.
I mean, Kyrie's parents told him he can do whatever he wanted when he grew up, so he thought he could change the world just by words and his feelings. So,
but interesting thing is today, because Brooklyn played, right, and I think they interviewed Kevin Durant afterwards. I can't remember exactly what the quote was, but basically he said he's expecting Kyrie to come back, and he expect not missing 41 games. So I think there's a bit of peer pressure as well. If KD said it, that means he expect Kyrie to get vaccination. You can't just be half out.
I kind of expect they were saying that KD has to put his foot down and tell this clown to just do what is needed for the team, because I need you, bro. I'm trying to win a championship. We're supposed to win it last season, but then Harden had a hamstring injury and all that. So and then Kyrie also had an injury, right? So need KD. So I thought it should be like, hey, bro, hey, this season, bro, we need to get it. Everyone's been jumping around except for Phoenix. Teams are all chopping and changing. We're here, bro. We can ball. But you still want, and I feel, as a teammate, you should say that. But I also heard Stephen A saying that there are rumors that KD has already given the green light to tell Kyrie if like Kyrie needs to go, he can go. That he's saying that he can win with Harden. What's your thing?
Tough, man. Still tough, because I don't think they still don't have the depth, right? That's my personal view. They don't have the depth that they need. Like with the three of them, it's an awesome team, but without Kyrie, I think it's a big ask to win it all.
In terms of if it's Harden and KD, are we talking about actually trading and getting something from Kyrie?
Trading, they're talking about trading Kyrie, but that's another question I want to ask after that. But Nema, I put it out there now. Can you get value for him?
Not if he wants to retire. But if he's playing, then there's still a lot of value, because he can go to other states, not California or New York. Then he can play, 70 plus games. He's still a very, very good player when he's on the court.
But you think he can? Should they trade him? Jeff said
if
no.
I can find any taker, I would. No. If I'm Sean Marks, I would. Yeah, because he's just a distraction. You don't need someone like that in a contender. The goal is to win championship. It's just
It'll be interesting to see.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see once you start missing that $400 per game paycheck.
Yeah, I'll get to that on the fines. So now, if these are the major players that are not getting vaccinated, who are key players in their team, I think it's causing a huge rift, and I don't know, it kind of shows a bit of ignorance. I like the fact that guys like LeBron and all have come out and said that I've been vaccinated, but he also supported Draymond when he said that Dre said, I'm not going to force Wiggins to take it. Look, they are good at talking. They've been with the media so much, and they know the right thing to say at the right time. And since it's being talked about a lot behind the scenes, I think all of these are planned. So Draymond being a good speaker, he kind of put a good argument for it, but I'm not really buying it, man. I think and even for the telling Joe, so for the fantasy, like Joe said, for the fantasy wise, this is also going to be a huge implication. You see, the COVID rules are ever changing rules, so they'll continue to change. So certain states, they say there's a spike somewhere, then there's going to be issues now. There's going to be new rules. So they say there's a spike in Phoenix tomorrow, right? And then there's a game there tomorrow. Now, if you're fully vaccinated, it's cool. They'll have the bubble protocol and the same buses. Same bus you go, same bus you must go back. We all know this. Everybody in the world, I'm not even going to get into it. Now, if you're not vaccinated, then how? So then tomorrow is a big game somewhere, and then that state has a huge spike. They say no fans can come, but the stadium is empty. You can go and play because protocols are in place. They've already spent money on infrastructure, COVID-19 infrastructure, they say, so it's all ready. But then how? Now you didn't get vaccinated. How am I going to depend on you? So which is why I think what they have been saying there, where KD has kind of quietly given the green light and say, let this guy go away. Let this guy chow. He's kind of a distraction. So that 5% of the 50 players is going to be weird, man. I think now. Go ahead.
And if KD's given the green light for that, Kai's such a special player, but he's so weird. He's not that good for the team.
Right? How did he get so arrogant, this guy? He seemed to be under control, and then LeBron came. But once he won the title, he went ape shit. It's all once he won that title. I used to like Kyrie until all this nonsense. Terry Rozier said when he was in Celtics, the whole team dynamics went to shit. Whatever they practiced when they went out and played, once, in the first half or second quarter, things were not working. They were just audible on the spot, just give the ball to Kyrie and go. Yeah, he's not a leader. So I think
No.
Do you guys think that KD should step in and say, hey, Kyrie, shut the F up, go and get the vaccine?
Probably, yeah. I mean, he's probably number one player in the league now, and he wants to win championships. So if that's one way to do it, and he needs him, then just got to lay down the law, I think.
You see, the fines that you're facing here is these players violating the safety guidelines face a loss of pay proportionate to loss availability due to quarantine or reinstatement steps. Other penalties may include formal warnings, fines, suspensions, or educational sessions. The NBA may conduct unannounced inspections of team facilities to ensure that the franchises are complying with the safety protocol. Now, if Kyrie doesn't take the vaccine, right? And then can we trust him to be safer? The homeboy went clubbing, right? Joe?
Mhm.
Remember homeboy, he went clubbing and all that, missed classes and all that some time back, right? So now there's another issue of players who don't want to take the vaccine. Can you actually be disciplined enough to actually be safe during, the entire season?
Nothing is guarantees, right? So today I think who's that? Jalen Brown test positive, right? So
Really?
it's everywhere. It's you even you could just go to school, pick up kids, you might get it. Go to grocery shopping, you might get it. It's not just going to party or anything like that. So protect yourself, your families, and your teammates, right?
So wait, Joe, you're saying you think it's okay that Kyrie doesn't take the vaccine?
He should. Yeah, I think he needs
I
to
think
take
saying
the
he
vaccine.
should take it. He
Yeah.
should take. Okay. Well, all right. Let's move on from this COVID thing then, since it's getting boring. Let's talk about Ben Simmons. I'm going to start. Where I think he should end up. I think. Oh, Sunny just dropped. Hang on. Yeah. For as far as Ben Simmons goes, my choice for a place for him to end up is China.
Interesting. I was reading that.
Hey, guys, I don't know.
Something.
Yeah. You guys talk to me.
Wasn't-
Tell me. I got no clue, man. Whoever.
I was reading something that's saying that like Pacers were now interested in Simmons, right? For Karis LeVert, maybe they might trade for him, which shows how much his trade value has dropped. Like when last year they were talking about Harden trading for Simmons, and now they're looking at Karis LeVert. But yeah, whether that happens, I'm not sure. He might have to end up out of the NBA.
Where do you think he should play this season?
Me? I think he needs like a coach like at like Spurs, man. He needs a coach like Pop, who's strict and will get the best out of him. That's my personal view, but I don't know where the sort of trade value and all that type of works, like in terms of the assets where they'll get.
Why Popper?
I think just because he's just known to be like he gets the best out of the players. He plays good team ball, and like a lot of his players aren't superstars, but they play really, really well with him. So that's my view.
Or another place that would be interesting would be New York, right?
Actually,
Thibodeau.
yeah.
Thibodeau, disciplined, hard-nosed. He's the boss of that organization. He's the boss of the team. Very high on D. That would be interesting. But also another interesting one would be a swap between Kai and Simmons, if they want to go and flick Kai off. That would address the 76ers' need.
For shooting.
Yeah, absolutely. For shooting, for playmaking,
That's a good reason. Huh? So
and to close as well, on the assumption that he doesn't, he plays and he plays well.
Okay, Joe.
I think there's a lot of teams that you can go to. It's just about whether Del Mori wants to trade when his value is at the lowest. Initially, he wanted Ben Simmons for Harden, right? And Ben Simmons, basically came out and said he only wants to go to California or big markets. Now, I think probably Ben Simmons has changed his, lowered his sort of request. I think he just want to play any teams but Philadelphia. So that means the other 29 teams all have a chance. I think it's up to Daryl Morey, whether he wants to take the deal or not. Knowing him from his Houston days, he's a Mets guy, very, very smart. He never trade at a discount. So I expect Ben Simmons might miss quite a few games, if not the big chunk of the season. I don't think they will want to trade him cheap. I know there's a lot of teams who want Ben Simmons. Sacramento, Minnesota, Spurs, Raptors, Cleveland, all the teams, they want him. I think the only way that might change is now there's maybe a major injury from Embiid, right? When the season starts, I think without Simmons, they're still a pretty good team. They can probably still get into playoff and that. But if Embiid injured, for some reason, if they are like 4-12, 4-9, then there's that pressure of getting players in and to help out. That's when maybe they will consider that. But I just saw a news today that Simmons had already moved out of Philadelphia and put his property on the market. So I think he's committed. He's not playing anymore. But
Jesus.
Yeah.
So then now, who if Jesse, I like that thing about like if Kyrie went to Philadelphia, and then KD got Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is less experienced, way more less experienced. But here's the thing, is I think Kyrie is a better defender than Ben Simmons. So I feel like it's not
really
equal. Yeah, I feel it's not a equal for equal trade. I feel it's like if I put it in numbers, it's like I might even go as far as say it's a 70-30. 70 Kyrie, you're getting a 30 in Ben.
On D.
Defense.
No, I like as an overall, I would say Kyrie is a 70, Ben is a 30.
Oh,
but
sure.
Initially,
overall.
Right. Yeah. And but I feel like if you're talking about a defensive player, I don't know. I feel Kyrie is better. I feel he can defend when he wants to.
Well, Ben didn't he come runners up, or he came in the top 3?
Yeah, he came second in the defensive player of the year.
Yeah, Gobe won it. Yeah. I don't know. Talk to me. Hey, hit me, man. If you think I'm talking shit, tell me. If Lois, you're full of shit. Cousin Ron, you're full of shit. Hit me, bro. I'm ready for it because I feel like because if not, it's boring. Like guys, I was doing even the football one. I was telling the guys, hey, look, if you're all just like blah blah blah, it's gonna be boring. Hit me, man. Come at me, instigate. I'm gonna be a Charlie Murphy, Rick James at times. Like, so back to the thing. Defensive wise, who do you guys think is better? I think Kyrie is a better defender.
I think Simmons is by far a more versatile defender.
By far.
No wonder y'all were quiet. Everyone disagreed. Yeah. See, I gotta bring it out. I gotta bring it out.
I was thinking about it.
Raise the volcano.
It's like you think about it. He can guard all positions. Even a center. He's like a 6'10" guard. Is like huge. So for his defense alone, right? He's so good, and he can guard like a LeBron. He can guard small centers. So he can do it. He can do it all. It's just the shooting is bad.
Yeah, I think if Philadelphia were to trade Ben Simmons, the biggest loss would be the defense because he, last year we playoff, the reason that Trae Young shoot really poorly because Ben Simmons was on him all the time. He can shut down the best player on the other team. So even hypothetically, if they trade Simmons for Kyrie, right? Philly will be a very, they're already a very good offensive team, but their defense, unless who's that guy from Australia?
Matisse.
Yeah, he's a very good defender as well. Yeah,
he's a beast.
Thibault, yeah.
I think that's a really interesting trade I think what
I like it.
Philadelphia gets is they really get a closer.
Shooter.
They get a shooter. It recalibrates their team because actually they've got a lot of good defenders on their team, right? And Kyrie's not a slouch from a defensive perspective when he wants to. And then you flip it over there. You've got Harden, who distributes and lowered his points. He can take a back seat as well. They can share the distribution with Simmons, and their defense goes through the roof. Right, that's now a pretty solid defensive unit.
Well, you see, Kyrie won a title. He's been to the playoffs more times than Simmons. Lately, in the past few years since he left Cleveland, I think the guy has lost himself, and I think he's still lost. Simmons is an up-and-coming guy. He can't shoot to save his life. He can't shoot the free throw, but his vision and his defense is there. If the Nets want to win the title this year, I feel if they trade Kyrie and they take Ben, I feel it's not enough. That's how I feel. I feel like if Kyrie can get his shit together and they had the team can play right, and now they have a proper preseason, which they're not having again now, and they have games together, not this fella out 30 games, that fella out 27 games, this fella missing from training, came back. This is the time to win. I feel if you take Kyrie out, that's why I'm so sorry what I'm saying. So if Kyrie can tune it in and it comes playoff time, and when it comes to D, I feel he'll be a better player in the playoffs for them than Simmons. But tell me I'm full of shit. Do not hold back.
No, brother. I think you're right. It's based on a really large assumption, right?
That's right.
It's based on the fact that he can actually go and play lots and lots of games, and he's not disruptive to his team. It's based on the fact that he gets the COVID shots, and this this funkiness that he's in, where he decides that he gets paid $35 million, but he doesn't really have his heart invested or his mind invested in it. He's got to be all in. So when he's
the Nets can win the title,
he will definitely be better than Simmons.
So the Nets can win the title with Simmons in it. That's what you're saying. Without Kyrie,
I think they're actually a better, well-rounded team.
Damn. You guys, Joe and Jeff, you agree with that, or that Simmons for Kyrie?
I would really like to see the Nets play with, KD, Kyrie, and Harden. Like, I don't think they've had a proper season together. Like last season there were too many injuries. Like, I'd really want to just see them play together like that and see how good it can really be.
Yeah, I'm a Nets. I think I really believe Nets is the favorite, even without Kyrie, without Simmons. They are still the favorite. I think with Harden, with Harden and KD's, right? Because that's what happened last year. Right? They basically had KD and half of Harden. They nearly beat Bucks, right? So if you have a fully healthy Harden, and now they've added a lot of depth. They've got Patty Mills, right? They've got few centers like DeAndre,
LaMarcus.
not DeAndre Jordan.
LaMarcus.
They've got Blake. They've got Millsap. They've got Aldridge, right? They are deep. And I think they're still a very dangerous team. If they can add Ben Simmons, then I think they definitely can win. Because Simmons will be able to defend LeBron, right? Giannis.
Oh, really? Simmons can defend LeBron.
And then the other two just focus on offense, right? And no one can stop the other two from scoring. They have to double team them. So I guess either way, I think they're gonna be a very good team. It's just the margin error reduced.
I gotta come back and see this. Like, do you guys know when is the transfer deadline for trades? Is it the first day?
What you mean?
For teams to trade players.
Brother Joe will know.
Mid-season. Mid-season sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, usually it's February. But I think for a lot of players who just sign a new contract, you won't be able to travel until I think December. So that's why I think Ben Simmons, that's why there's a lot of teams, they can't trade players at the moment. So I'm guessing Ben Simmons will probably see out until December sometime, until the day that teams can start trading those players who just sign a contract. So there's more option, more flexibilities.
Oh, so then this thing could be an ongoing saga. So if he doesn't go and train with his team now, he's not going to play the season. That's messed up, isn't it? I think it's going to be difficult for him to. Well, this guy's NBA career is on the line, man. Ben Simmons, he better sort his shit out quickly, man. I mean, it's good that we have something to talk about.
It'll be in China otherwise.
Now, from 60, this is from September, 90%, 95%. Damian Lillard got vaccinated. Yeah, I guess that's about it, man. Anything else did we miss out lately? NBA, look, fantasy-wise, I guess these two guys are a big no-no to just stay away, yeah?
I think anyone who's got COVID, like taking a vaccine, I'm not going to touch them. Not going to touch them.
Can you imagine, man? You just won't know which week you play. You got to do like some math puzzles. I figure, okay, how, huh?
Jeff wants to take for his number one pick. Jeff, you going Westbrook, right?
Russell. Man, yeah.
Any player that likes to hit the clubs, I'm not going to touch.
That's MC. That's Kyrie, Harden, Paul George. Yeah. Paul George got kid with a stripper, right? Oh God.
Poor George Paul.
They can't stay away. So yeah, I guess that's about it, man. So
you guys are not drafting Kyrie at all?
No.
No, not touching.
Even if he played 41 games?
No.
The maths don't work, man, on 41 games.
Yeah.
But what if he falls till like 70s or 80s? You're not talking about picking him up second round, third round, right?
Oh, yeah, look, if he's floating around, and I've got a good set, might take a punt. But I think what I've learned is that don't pick up injured players because it inevitably doesn't work out, and this will be very disruptive too.
Yeah,
I'm not taking him at all. I'm staying away. I would love to take AD somewhere along the way, but I'm also worried about AD injury. I like LeBron, so it'd be nice to have. Yeah, his knee, his ankle, the calf, everything, shoulder before, and then being a LeBron fan, I'll support Lakers. So nice to have a guy there in the fantasy. It makes it fun to watch. But even then, also even AD, also I'm not rating him as a top 4 or 5 pick unless I want to have fun, and then if he's there, I'll take him. Kyrie, I'll stay far the fuck away. And if the one I saw, correct me if I'm wrong, before I came on was Minnesota also looking at Simmons. If he goes to Minnesota, I still won't take Simmons in the top 5, first 5 rounds or 6 rounds. I won't take. I don't want that headache of.
It really depends on who they trade. I'm assuming what I saw is I think they have to get D'Angelo Russell, probably Malik Beasley and Jaden McDaniel and some picks for Ben Simmons. I think if Ben Simmons goes to Minnesota, I will pick him up.
Really, because the one I saw, they said that Russell and him can play together. So I was like, oh, okay. So they should get rid of Russell because it's his same position.
I think in terms of good landing spot for Simmons, I actually think he should go to a very crappy teams, so he becomes the number 1 option. He's got ball in his hand all the time, and he's got a lot of shooters around him, and then he just basically every triple doubles or something like that. If he goes to a contender, that may or may not work because he's a bit like Kyrie, right? He's got a strong personality. He may or may not want to work with the coach or the other players. And clutch sports, they're really powerful. I think Yeah, it's I really
Clutch
yeah.
Paul's this one. LeBron's Rich Paul's this one, is it?
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you?
See, if you're talking about
Side
Minnesota,
note, have you seen Adele? Adele's hooking up with Rich Paul.
Yeah, she's going out Rich Paul, right? She lost a lot of weight too.
Adele's looking
100
amazing.
pounds. She
What's
lost
that?
45 kilos,
Yeah.
baby. Adele is. Check out her Vogue shoot.
Yes.
She looks amazing.
Amazing.
Honestly.
Oh, yeah, she lost weight. She looked beautiful. Yeah, that's right. I mean, she, Rich Paul? He went white meat only, and he got himself a piece. A British, you got a little British man having some tea, mate. Have a little bit of tea, Saba tea, mate. So anyway, now I'm just seeing this news from 3 hours ago. NBA players who are unvaccinated against COVID-19 and break the protocol in Toronto will face jail time. Fantastic.
Jail time. Whoa.
Yeah. So Toronto had the good. Apparently, Toronto might have some of the good kush. So if homeboy Harden and Kyrie and
It's the
whoever,
club.
it is a club place, man. They're all gonna be full on clubbing in this place. So
That's
that's
what I mean.
just
Draft players that just go straight home, man. They don't go out, go straight home.
Then we've gone out the days of what's his name, Duncan Robinson, is it? The Admiral. That man was church. Okay, is that it? Did we get everything covered? I think so.
Yep, this
I
week.
think we got everything covered. All right, guys. Hey, anybody who watches this, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be here every week. Drop us a comment. Let us know if you're full of shit. Let us know if you're full of shit. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you for joining, man.